Hi everybody, it's Diana with Stamping with Di. Welcome to this week's Mimeograph Monday with a twist. And I thought it would be fun to use a bundle that's leaving, as well as some of my twist. Something I use for the twist is also leaving. So I thought it would just be fun to make sure that you don't miss out on getting the bundle before it's gone, because this has a punch, right? So if they run out of punches, then you won't be able to get the bundle, because we don't make the punches. So keep that in mind. All right, hey Candy. Yeah, it's kind of gloomy here too, right? We need rain because the hot summer will be here before you know it. I had my spring social this weekend. It was so fun to see everybody. I think we had about half of the people did the Zoom and half the people didn't. And it was so much fun. And during lunch, guess who I saw out of the window? My baby quail is back. And she's all grown up. And she's still all by herself. So I don't know where. I was asking Jeff, I go, do quail like hibernate during the winter? Like where would she have gone that she's been gone all this time, that all of a sudden she come back? But I don't know. But I was so excited to see her out the window. I'm just like, oh my gosh, my baby quail. So anyways, yeah, it doesn't take much to excite me. So, so yay, everybody's here. Oh, it's sunny in Illinois. Well, that's good. That's good. I know it's still kind of snowy in places, right? Which is not super good. Hi, Joanne. So Anna, Joe, Nancy, Joy, Nancy. How are you? I'm like, I can hardly read, right? All right. So let me turn the phone. And I also, my double eggs is ending tomorrow, so I'll remind you about that. Also, I have the 3 packs. I'm drawing like names, right? I have like 3 packs of the marble DSP. That also ends tomorrow. Share my Facebook page, subscribe to my YouTube channel, or place an order before tomorrow, and your name will go in a hat. Now your name actually goes in a bucket, but I just say hat. All right, so let me put that back there so I don't lose it. All right, so let me flip my phone and we will get started. All right. So hopefully that's at a good height. All right, so March is almost over, and this is the hostess code that you want to use when placing an order. If you are ordering less than 150, because now with the retired list out, it's easy to order more than 150. And if you are, don't use my code, because then you'll get your own hostess benefits, and everybody loves free. Okay, so double rewards is what I was talking about. So I have a reward sheet that is on my blog. I also email it to you, and you just keep track of your orders. So when you order 50 before tax and shipping, you just put the date, your the order number and the amount, and then how many eggs that you have earned. And I just say eggs because we have the chicken and the ducks. But I have double eggs going on. So when you place an order of 50 right now, before tax and shipping, you're earning 2 eggs. And that ends tomorrow, March 29th. Don't miss that. All right. Another thing to go behind on the table. All right. Also, look what came in the mail to me on the weekend. So this is my demo copy because I'm doing one of the virtual events. But make sure that if you have not placed at least $50 order, again, I always have before tax and shipping, with me in the last 6 months, make sure you do so before the end of March. Because if you don't, then you won't get your catalog in the mail. Because that is what I pull up, right? When I pull up the list, I go back 6 months, and that's where I find everybody. You also want to make sure you have the right mailing address in there as well. Okay, I think that was enough. Hey, Ann. All right, so I'm going to use the sweet strawberry bundle. So this is leaving, and it is so cute, and it has that coordinating punch. So I'm going to use both of those today. And this is the card in the catalog that I'm going to be casing. It also uses that Hostess paper that I talked about, that Hostess DSP that's in the back of the catalog. Let me flip to that right here, that Pattern Party. If you do not have this pack of paper, it's 48 sheets. It's a huge pack of paper. You want to make sure, you know, you put your order in and get that. You get that soon. If you need your own hostess code, and I've talked about this before, if you want your own hostess code, it's good for 30 days, so you can put orders together, just you, or you can give your friends your own code. I have to make that for you before you start placing your orders, so make sure you contact me if that is something that interests you. Okay, so the Sweet Strawberry is a photopolymer stamp set. So that means I need to use my, my whatchamacallit, my foam pad. And I think it's still on, or you can't get it right now. But, so anyways, all right. So let's see here. Let's get all my pieces going. All right, so I'm gonna do that card, and it is so fun. I was just like, oh, and then I always like when you go, oh, which card you like the best, and I always seem to also like the twist card as well, and I have a really cute twist one. But let's do it like the catalog right at the beginning. All right, so I'm using basic white thick for my card base. Now I don't really know if Stampin', I'm sure they don't, right? Because it's just for the catalog. But I just kind of guess what I would put on the inside of the card. So we have basic white thick. I'm also using just basic white regular. Poppy Parade. This is that really fun ribbon right here. It's kind of, it reminds me of like tinsel on a tree, or like spider web kind of stuff. It's just really, really fun. So it's just the metallic. So that is also used as well. And Pear Pizzazz. And then there's that really fun DSP. All right. So I've just cut my DSP. So it's just a little bit shy of the Poppy Parade. So, right. So let's get this glued together, and it's a little bit longer than the card. All right. Oh, the cover. Yes, it is so pretty. I can hardly wait till everybody can see the catalog. Now, when the catalog goes live in May, I will do a flip through, but till that catalog is live for everybody, I can't show the inside of it. So I can only show the cover. All right, so this is just gonna go on here. And like I said, it's a little bit, you know, bigger. It's just easier for me to make it be straight up. It's just a little bit bigger. This is gonna be on the inside. So I'm just doing the same on the inside. So I'm gonna put it on the side of the card because that's the way it is on the front. All right, and then we can trim our little overhangs or whatever. All right. So this is fun. There's like no coloring. It's just, I mean, coloring with the blends that I'm so used to doing. It's just stamping with ink. Ink, paper, and stamps. It's a very simple card. All right, so that goes on there. And then I'll just trim my edges. And this just makes it easier. I think if you cut it a little bit bigger, then you just follow the edge of your card. And I don't know, it's just what I usually do. And then I just get in the habit of doing it. Right. So then I just fling all those extra pieces of paper on the floor, and then I just vacuum it all up. All right, so let's get my scrap paper. So we have scrap paper here. So we want our berries and our leaves. So the leaves are going to be stamped with Granny Apple. And I'm just using the solid one. This is a two-step stamp. So it has like the inside and the outside. So see how that leaf has an inside and outside? I'm only using the outside, or the open line image. And also, because of the punch, you also want to pay attention to the direction that the things are, so that when you use the punch, you can just slide that punch right up in there. Hey, Breton, good morning. All right. Ooh, let me get my little mat. Hold on a second. And I've used it enough. I don't necessarily feel I need to use the mat, but I like to make sure that you know that sometimes you get a better impression if you do. All right, so I need 3 berries. I'm gonna go 1, 2, and I'm just spacing them far enough apart. So this is just Granny Apple Green ink on Pear Pizzazz. And I'm gonna let that dry a little bit before I slide that punch in there and punch them out. I also have my strawberry, and the strawberry is gonna be Poppy Parade. So we've got Poppy Parade. All right, so she's upside down. So you want to remember how the punch is. So she's upside down. So 1, 2, and I just have used scrap paper. So there's 2 and 3. So I just kind of have a stack of basic white on my desk that I pull from. Because you know when you're making cards and you boo-boo. Hey, Lily and Jackie, you're never late. If the live's over, that's late. But if I'm still stamping, you're on time. All right, I need to stand up so I can get this. And I don't mind if there's a little bit of white around the edge, but I did that one pretty good. So this is just Poppy Parade over top of Poppy Parade. And doesn't this also look like one of those gummy, is it a gumdrop? You know, those gummy candies? Doesn't that look like a gummy candy? All right. So there's that. Then we're going to punch them out. Oh, I also want my greeting. Hold on a second. Hold on. With my garden green, I want my happy birthday, you sweet thing. Isn't that fun? All right. Happy birthday, you sweet thing. And that's in the garden green as well. All right. I'm just trying to make sure I don't have any ink. That stuff's going to get dropped in. All right, so let's punch our strawberries out and our leaves. So it leaves a little bit of a white edge around there. So it flies everywhere. Oh, you're doing Easter cards, Carol? Hey, Sharon. It is a happy Monday. I got, I ordered this. I ordered a new cooking thingy for the kitchen, and it came today, so I haven't even taken it to the box. All right, so here's the strawberry. Get all my punching everywhere. And all right, so we've got 3 strawberries. Then we've got, now when Toby was alive, he would eat the paper that I flinged all over the floor. So I had to make sure I vacuum more regularly than I probably do now. All right, so we've got our leaf, and then I just need to trim this so the punch can go up in there. So see, by stamping it the right direction, it makes it easier to punch your pieces out. All right, and I'm not using the big leaf. I'm just using this small leaf. Even on the twist card, I didn't use the big leaf. But this punch is really cool because you have a flower, you have a bigger leaf. Right. Okay. Now we can put our card together. All right, so the inside, oh, you know what? I want to do one more leaf for the inside. I'm like looking for my leaf. I want to do one more leaf for the inside. because I preferred the punched leaf over stamping the leaf on the strawberry because you could see the strawberry through it, and I didn't care for that look. So I'm going to put a punched leaf on the inside as well. All right. So the inside of my card, I'm just going to put a cute little, just a easy saying. It just says, just for you. It's a happy birthday card. And then I'm just going to have down here in the corner, just for you, with the garden green. And then I'll put another strawberry. So we'll put our Poppy Parade strawberry and the outer one. And then this will just get glue dotted. Like looking for my glue dots. This will just get glue dotted on the top there. All right. So we've got the top of our strawberry. So that's the inside of our card. All right. This is just cut out with the scissors. But you could use your paper trimmer if you want. But this is just not fussy cut. Now, when I did my twist card, I chose to use a die just to make it a little fancier. Oh, these scissors. That nut or whatever gets caught sometimes on the paper. All right. So trim a little bit straighter. There we go. And then I have this little bit of Poppy Parade that I've just cut. And it's just going to get stuck behind the card. So I just cut a strip of Poppy Parade. And then that's just going to get glued behind here. So it just sneaks a little peek out the back there. All right. Use some of my old snail. All right. So that's just going to peek out of the back there. And I'm just doing it just like the catalog did on this one. All right, so let me put the tops of my strawberries on. But isn't it so cute? I love this. So this is a set I'm gonna miss just because I love that summery kind of feel. I mean, we have hot weather in Arizona a long time. So this is just a fun one for like a picnic or something. So that's what this kind of reminds me of, like a little picnic going on. All right, so let's put the tops of our strawberries and then we can put our card together. Let me get my strawberries over here. So we're just glue dotting our leaves on. And then these are going to go on the card with dimensionals so that they're going to pop off. So let me get my baby dimensionals. Baby, baby, baby. So yeah, I was so excited to see the baby quail. Now, when I took the garbage out today, she was out front, and she wasn't too excited to see me because she went running off, but I was excited to see her again today. All right, so we're just going to put our strawberries, and they're just going to trickle down our gingham paper. So I'm just going to kind of have it be crooked, but I don't want it to overhang here because I want it to fit in the envelope. Then I have my Happy Birthday, You Sweet Thing. So that's going to go here, and it has this ribbon. So what I did was I just cut a piece of this ribbon, but then I want to cut a little bit of it off so it's not as thick. So I'm just taking a little bit of that off, and then I'm just going to fold it in half, and that's just going to go right here on the card. So I know where it's going. I know where my greeting is going, so I can put my seal right there because I know it's going to get covered, and that's going to go right there. Then I'm going to put dimensionals on this as well Where's my bigger ones? My mama dimensionals. Okay. So that's gonna go right here. And then we'll trim that. And then we're just gonna put the rest of our strawberries on. Just flowing down our card. Don't these look nice and juicy? I love strawberries. All right. So there we've got that. Let me put the inside of our card. So isn't this a fun little birthday card? Now I just did birthday because that's what was on the catalog, but the stamp set has a thank you. It's got some cute sayings with it. But isn't that so cute? All right. So now I was talking about summer. So then I thought, you know what? And it does make me think of a picnic. So my twist card, I wanted it to look more picnicky. So I chose to use this pack of paper. So these are the hand pen Memories and More cards and envelopes. So I'm going to use these to do my twist. All right, so let me get this one out of the way. All right, so these are what I'm using for my twist card. I also am going to use the envelope, and I forgot to decorate the envelope for the first card, but that's okay. Now this already has like a pretty decorative back on it, because these cards are a little bit bigger. These are like 4 1/4 by 6 1/4. So I'm going to use this card because I love the pool party polka dots. I just love these so much. So if you don't have these, you want to make sure you grab those because those are retiring as well. The inside of the card, so I also want to put a piece of white, so that's just 4 by 6, so it's 1/4 inch smaller. I wanted my leaves to be a little brighter than the Pear Pizzazz, so I'm going to do those with the Granny Apple instead. So I'm still going to stamp my leaves with the garden green. So 1, 2, 3, and 4, and then we'll punch those out. So I'll just set them aside to dry. All right. But what I'm doing is I did trim this. So I trimmed a card, right? To get these polka dots, I just trimmed a card so that it gave me a strip. And then that's going to get adhered underneath here so that the inside of the card is similar to the outside. And I'll just stick that together. I like to do that if I put a couple different colors of cardstock or DSP on the front. I kind of like to mix them as well on the inside. And then that's going to go on there. But this time I'm going to stamp, hey Barbara, nice last name, Barbara. So then, all right, so we'll trim that like before. Now I need to wash my strawberry outline because this time I'm going to do the outline of my strawberry with the Memento. So where's my Memento pad? All right. Let's see. So I don't need that big of a piece. See what I said? I have scrap paper on my desk, but I really don't need a huge old piece like that. All right, this is a good size. All right, so let me wash this because I'm going to use the outline with the Memento. So it's just going to add a little black to the card. All right, so remember our strawberries upside down. So we're going to go stamp. And I'm just stamping them far enough apart so that when I'm punching it out, it doesn't, so because sometimes if you stamp them too close together and it's a stamp that, or a punch that has something else with it, sometimes you can punch a piece out, right? Like if it's too close, you're going to get that flower. It's going to punch into your next strawberry. So you just kind of want to place them a little further apart. All right, so then I'm going to do the outside with the memento, and it gives it a totally different look. So then you have your, you know, your black seeds like you would on a real strawberry. So see, it gives it a totally different look. All right. And then I want to do the inside with the same little, so I didn't change the inside very much. I'm still doing the just for you, but then I'm going to do my strawberry the same, right? With the black outline. And I don't know why, every time I rewatch a video, because if I make any boo-boos, I try to correct it, and I'm always like, I hold my card like with like my hand weird, and I'm like, well, that looks so weird. But usually it's because I usually have ink on my fingers. Like, look, I have ink on my fingers. So if I hold my card like this, I'm going to get my dirty fingers on it. So very seldom do I have ink like on the side of my hand. So that's usually why I'm holding my card like weird. So I thought, well, I might want to explain like why I do that. But it's usually because my fingers are dirty. Okay, so then we'll finish that in outside and the inside. All right, I'm also using this cute little die, and this is from the Scallop Contours. And this one, doesn't this remind you of like a cookie? There's some kind of cookie that looks like this. I think it's like some sort of sugar cookie or whatever. But I'm going to use the same greeting as I look around my desk. So it's still going to say happy birthday, you sweet thing. But since this is kind of like a picnic-like card, I thought it'd be perfect to use this die because we're having picnics, or we're having cookies at our picnic. So there's that. We're having a birthday picnic. Okay, I'm just looking around, make sure, because I think I'm done with my stamping, because then I can close my pads, because they are just screaming for me to put my finger in them or drop the card on them, which is worse. I can wash my fingers. Okay, so I also wanted let's glue this on the inside of the card. I also wanted to make that Poppy Parade a little fancier than just a strip on the front of the card. So remember we had this strip here. I wanted it to be a little bit fancier. So what I did was I went and got this die. So this is the penned flowers. Oh, social tea cookies. Yes, yes. So this is the penned flowers, and it gives you this cute little stitched scallop, and it actually goes with these envelopes that I'm using, the card envelopes. All right. So I wanted to use the scallop, but this card is big. Right? This is like a 6 1/4 inch card. So that's not a big deal, you know, to cut your DSP because it's 12 by 12. But that scallop, it's only so long, right? So it wouldn't go all the way down. So what I had to do was I had to be a little sneaky, and I had to kind of piece this together. So I'm just going to put my adhesive, and I'm just going to put about there. That looks good. All right, let me cut this off. All right. And then I have another piece. So that's going to finish that off. Like right here, right? So now you're going to have a full scalloped edge. So I'm just going to stick that on there. And I just try to line up the stitching. So then it will be, you know, pretty similar. All right. And then this is going to go on the card. But what's going to happen is this little cookie birthday thing, I'm going to stick that here. So that's going to cover that line. So you won't see this, right? You'll just see that there's this pretty little scallop all the way down the card. All right, so let's glue this on our card. Just going to stick that on here. So the card's very similar, right? Like I didn't change it a lot. I just added, you know, little things here and there. All right, so let's trim that off. But I love a scallop. And if there's a stitch on anything, I love it anymore. I love it, love it, love it even more. All right, so we're just going to cut this. So you've got your... And I didn't trim, because I thought, you know what, I'll just trim the card. Because then the scallop would have been the right length. And I thought, you know what, no, I'm going to show how you can make it work by just covering where that splits, right? Where it joins. All right, so then I also want to use a different ribbon. So I'm going to use the black and white gingham. Now this is carrying over, so I'm so excited. I'm so excited. All right, so we're just going to take our seal. I'm going to put some seal on the back. And I'm just going to loop my ribbon and stick it on the back. But I don't want it to hang over here because we've already got our DSP here. So I don't want this ribbon here because I want to make sure you can see. My YouTube's like a shade behind, so I'm like watching to make sure I'm in the right view. I don't want this to be here because this is a little bit too busy because it's basically the same, right? You've got your black gingham and this is black gingham, but I want it to coordinate. So I'm just going to stick it behind here so that it will stick out just this edge. So that's why I did it that way. So I always try to give you why I do things. Sometimes I don't know why I do things. Sometimes I'll do a card and then I'll go, why did I do that? And then I just, oh, because of that. So see, so it goes with it, but it's not clashing by being right on top of each other. All right, so let me get my dimensionals. Okay, so put our dimensionals on there. So put this on our card. And we'll cover up where that seam is. And then I still have to punch my leaves out. So punch these out and then we'll attach them. I still have to punch out the strawberries too. All right. I need an assistant. Could you please punch those out for me? All right. So I should have cut my green skinnier, but that's okay. That's okay. This is a great card when you use punches, is to use that scrap paper that you have in your scrap bin. I always, before I cut a full sheet of cardstock, I always go to my scrap bin because you will be amazed at how much paper you will save a year by using your scraps. So I would have saved a lot more if I'd have cut that skinny, right? Okay, so let me put my inside so I don't forget. All right, so we'll put our inside on our strawberry on the inside. We have to punch these little babies out. All right, so see how cute they are with the black edges? So yeah, so if you don't have the sweet strawberry bundle, make sure you grab it. Ooh, I just made that one. Because see, that's what I meant. See how close that is? Just gonna make it. Alright. So that's why you want to stamp them far enough away. Or you could stamp and then punch, stamp and then punch, you know. But I usually like to let them sit a little bit so that the ink is truly dry before you slide the punch up. Because sometimes if it's not, you'll smear your ink. All right, so put our tops on. But I like the look of the granny apple. It's a little more springy, little more bright color than the Pear Pizzazz. Pear Pizzazz is probably one of my least favorite greens. I really like the granny apple. And I thought it was fun for the twist card. All right, let me move all that stuff away. Paper everywhere. All right, so I glued that to my desk. All right, so let's put these on with their dimensionals. One, two, three. One. Hang on a minute. Yeah, that's good. 1, 2. 1, 2. But this one on the top, I'm going to have it rest over top of my my greeting. So I don't want to put anything here. I just want to put it on the top. So it's just going to rest over top of my greeting. And then we'll put the other two as well. And I'm going to kind of put them together so that there's a little bit of a space down on the bottom, because we don't want to totally mask that scallop. So I'm going to have these guys kind of touch. That way you'll still see your scallop up here. It's sneaking a little peek here, and then you see it here. Because if you're going to do that, you definitely want to see it, right? Like, you hate to like cover it up. All right, so I'm also going to put some black, the classic matte dots. I want to put some little black dots around that, because they kind of remind me of the seeds, right? That would be on the strawberries. So let's just put 1, 2. Let's see, where do we want to put 3? 1, 2, 3. On the other card I put more, so I'm putting a little less on this one because I can always add more. All right, and I also want to put, where's my little ladybug trinkets? So the ladybug trinkets are on the clearance, so don't miss them. And I could be wrong, right? Like when you watch this video, they could be gone. But I want to put a little ladybug on my card because it's not a picnic if you don't have like a ladybug or something. All right, so I'm going to put a little ladybug right here. So she's saying happy birthday. And I also, so see how this one is a little like loose right here? So what I'm going to do, because this is what I usually do. Once I get my card put together, then I kind of mess with it to see if it's loose anywhere. And I don't like that this is kind of loose here. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take the back off of one of my large, and I'm just going to pick it up with my picker tool. And all I'm going to do is lift this up and stick that up underneath there. And now, oop, except I don't want it right there. Hang on, let me shove it in there a bit. I want to see my dot. There we go. I'll fiddle for it with it. I just need to poke it in. See, I don't want it to interfere with this hole. There we go. So now it's not all like wonky. But, so there is the twist card. And there's the inside. So here was the one I did. I always do one ahead of time, right? So see, this one I had more black little doohickeys on it. Here is the catalog one. So here is the one from the catalog that I cased, and then the twist. So they're basically the same card. I just switched it up a little bit. So the catalogs are totally, if you don't have a catalog, you know, always reach out to me or your demonstrator if I'm not your demonstrator. And that's why you always want to have a catalog in your hand, right? Because it is so full of ideas, and I love casing the catalog. And then I've been having so much fun this year adding that twist, because it's just exciting, right? To go, oh, what if I do this? What if I do that, right? But you don't have to come up with that initial, you know, like sometimes we lose our mojo, we say, and we just kind of sit and go, I don't know what I'm going to make. Well, open up the catalog, do a card right out of the catalog, a project, and then tweak it. So, you like the twist card better? Thank you, Joanne. Because, you know, I mean, now, Stampin' Up! Couldn't do that to everything, right? Because there's people that like to stamp quickly, and then people like to take a little bit more time. So that's kind of what the twist card is, where it takes a little bit more, uses a little bit more product, but just gives you an idea of, you know, another idea, you know, doing the same thing. But all right, so very good. So I'm going to say, see you later. Thank you so much for joining me today. So don't forget, my double eggs, my double reward points ends tomorrow, the 29th. So you don't want to miss that. And if you have any questions, always reach out. I love getting emails from you. Yes, the little bit of color on there totally does. And those polka dotted cards and envelopes, you know, because even though like this has got the flowers on it, it still is going to go, right? It'll still look super cute together. So, because it's got the same colors in there that are coordinated. All right, so I'm going to say see you later. I will see you tomorrow for my Teach Me Tuesdays, episode 121. I think it's 121. Yes, 121. And that's 3 o'clock Arizona time, same channel. And I'm not for sure what I'm going to show you. Maybe I'll show a card from Spring Social. Maybe. All right. So have a great night, everyone. And I'll see you tomorrow. Bye for now.